Hey guys, it's Hallie and Lauren. We're the Mile High Property Sisters, and today we are going to go over duplexes and or townhomes here in the Denver market and why you should reconsider buying one.
Yep. They get a really bad rap.
They do.
Because
people are like,
think,
I don't want a townhome.
I don't want a townhome. I don't want to share a wall. I want a single family residence, my own space.
But we're going to tell you some things that are going to blow your mind.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So we're out here in Sterling Ranch, which is one of the biggest new build communities in the Denver area.
Yes.
And we're going to show you townhomes and what's called a paired home from 3 different builders.
Yes. Fancier word than duplex.
Yes, well, it's actually not a duplex.
It's not.
But we're going to go over Tri-Point Homes,
Right.
Meritage Homes, and Dreamfinders Homes.
Right.
All 3 different great builders that have different products in the multifamily.
Right.
They're
Different
not
finishes,
single-family homes.
incentives, all
Yes,
those things.
yes. So number one of the main reasons that you should really consider a townhome or a paired home, the way they're building these now is actually that they do not share a wall.
Correct.
So they actually each have their own wall, own separate walls, and there's space in between those walls.
Yes.
And it's even called a firewall because
Right.
it's fireproof.
Yep.
So if your neighbor starts a fire, that wall is actually built to withstand the fire will not travel to yours.
Correct.
And they put insulation in those, and there's 12 to 17 inches of space between your wall and your neighbor's wall.
Right.
So the siding goes on the outside. So it looks like they're connected, but then on the inside, they are actually separate homes.
Right.
And people living in these, they say all the time, they're like, I never hear my neighbors.
Yes. That was the number one thing the sales team were telling us. Every single resident that
And
they've
it's
had
true.
move into these said their neighbors will be screaming and they have no
Yeah,
idea.
you can pound on the wall and you cannot hear it next door.
Right.
You cannot. I know it's a misconception in the way that like condos are built and the older
Yes.
homes are built. Like, yes, you can hear your neighbors, but the way these are built and they're called single family homes,
Right.
they're just
For
on the
that
same
reason.
plot of land
Right.
because the land, it's cheaper to build them that way.
Yes.
So that brings us to point 2 for why you should consider these is cost. Buying a townhome or a paired home is going to be way cheaper than buying a single family home.
Right.
And we all know, home prices are not going down at all here in the Denver area.
No, they're not.
But this is a really affordable way to still get your own home.
Yes.
Some of them are huge. In fact, all the ones we're going to show you are at least like 2,000 square feet or very close to it.
Yes.
2,000 to 3,000 square feet. So you still get a really big house.
Yep.
They all have 2-car attached garages.
Oversized garages, which is amazing.
Yeah. Some of them even still have yards, large yards, if you want it.
Yeah. Great privacy fences, which
yes.
are put around and we'll show you as well.
Which is also very rare for new builds.
Yes.
You get privacy and your own space. It doesn't even feel like an attached home.
No.
The way they're built and configured.
Right.
Their patios are separate, so
Yes.
you're not looking at your neighbor. They're completely on the other
Yes.
side. So it's really a great option and it's much more cost effective.
Right. And affordability wise, I mean, you really are looking. Some of these, now it depends on the builder, the location, if you're going to have a yard, the finishes you get, all of those things. But you could be looking in the mid 5s.
Yes, there's products
Which is
available
amazing.
in the mid 5s. And that's all out, not the base price like we talk about a
Yes,
lot
this
with
is an
builders.
all in price.
Yeah. So mid 5s and you can get 2,000 plus square feet where you can't hear your neighbors.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so I know that, these get a bad rap, but please, reconsider.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It really is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You get so much space. And then, a couple of really neat points just to put in, we talked to the sales team in each of these. So right now we're in a Dreamfinders home. And one of the things that they make sure to do is when they build, they try and put the shared wall, even though it's not really a shared wall, but they build it alongside of their staircase or their laundry rooms.
Right.
The pantry, places where you're not living essentially. They try and use that space
Right.
That's going to be next
so
to your
that's even
neighbor.
another
positive.
Right, you're more
right. And then Tri-Point Homes, something that they do for, their new buyers is once they set in that plan and start building a new home, what they do is they try and hold the building process. So then when a new buyer comes in, they allow that buyer to go and pick the extra finishes that they would like throughout their home. So you get kind of that customization option, which is really neat. A lot of builders sometimes will just build, and sometimes you don't get to pick all the finishes once it's already gotten started. So that's something really cool that Tri-Point does.
Yeah.
And then the Meritage Homes, gigantic yards that we'll show you.
They're paired homes. They're not called duplexes because again, they're technically separate homes. They do share a roof, which is kind of cool though, because if you ever have to replace your roof, you share the cost with your neighbor.
Yeah.
So that's really the only thing that's truly shared, and like some of your exterior stuff, but that's it.
Right.
Like nothing else is shared. You don't share yards. You don't share garages.
Nope.
You can't even, like the way they
Your
even
front
have their front doors.
doors.
They're not right next to each other a lot. So it's really an affordable option.
Yes.
And you still get, all the space you want and the privacy.
Yep, absolutely. So if you want to come check them out, we are licensed real estate agents in the state of Colorado. Please call or text us to the number or email us below. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We put out 2 new videos every single week, and we would love to show you around. This is our neck of the woods, southwest side of Denver, so we love it.
We do. All right, we'll see you next time.